I would place the onus of this issue, considering that, it's been 2 months since the violence started in Manipur, and we are still seeing instances of killings. So I would first place the onus on the central government, because any kind of action to immediately resolve or stop the violence, or even in terms of kind of placing accountability on the state government, that is the state government of Manipur, in not being able to, or in failing to control the violence. Because as we speak, just in the last 2 weeks, 2 women were shot dead in the capital city of Manipur, in Imphal, 2 tribal women. So in one of the cases, the police has not really told us what is happening. In the other case, there were close to 9 people who were arrested. Yet, in this case, it clearly is being projected as, a conflict between 2 communities, that is the Meitei community and the KUKIS community. But we need to understand that the Meitei community is also has a huge role to play in the state government, right? The CM and most of the most powerful MLAs of this state of Manipur are Meitei themselves. So the role of the state in aggravating the violence or participating in the violence has been reported on, has also been, like independent organizations have come in and have mentioned that the state also has a role, because it's not just 2 communities here, right? We have to see this as the state versus a community, that is the KUKIS community. That has been my understanding in the 1.5 months that I've been reporting on this. In addition, the media of Manipur has also a very strong role in perpetuating the violence, in a sense that there is a lot of provocation that is happening from different quarters, I would say. And in all the big newspapers and big news items coming out of, the media organizations based in the valley, there is a lot of unverified information. There's a lot of fake news. There's a lot of provocation, I would say. So this is making even the dominant community, the Meitei community, even more hesitant, I would say, to stop the violence. Because when your own people are dying, many Meiteis have been killed in this violence as well, especially in the last month. When Meiteis are themselves dying in the violence, are being, shot dead when they enter periphery areas, then the community, while expressing its anguish, is still not able to bring the violence to a stop, as is established by the killings, by the killing of a Naga lady, Lucy Merem, just a few days back. So I would say that there are different people who are responsible for this violence, but of course, the main responsibility on this lies on the central government and, of course, the state government as well, because they have a part in perpetuating this violence.
The problem is when your leaders are welcoming the illegal migrants from Myanmar till now. There the problem lies. Okay?
Andrea, so I completely disagree with what the previous speaker was, referring to, because this is not an issue about, the displaced people from Burma, because there is a war going on in Burma, and this has been established internationally. International organizations, media organizations have reported on the war in Burma, and the displaced from Burma, who share ethnic relationships with Kuki people, with Zo people across the border, and not only just in India, even in Bangladesh. So when a war is ongoing in the state of Myanmar, it's been on for the past 3 years, it is humanitarian, not only humanitarian. Internationally, there are laws, there are conventions in place that say that when there is a war going on, it is decent, actually. It is human for countries to accommodate people affected by war, right? the way in which Meiteis have turned this into a propaganda piece, because the state of Mizoram is accommodating the displaced people from Burma, and many of these displaced people from Burma, their villages are burnt down. And even when they come across the border, there have been documented instances which have been reported on of them going back across the border once they are able to access their village. To use a humanitarian situation like this, where literally people are being killed across the border, to turn it around and to use it as a target when a war is going on between two communities in India is, I mean, I don't even know what word to use, because this is the kind of propaganda that has been going on from the time this war has started. While this war in Manipur is clearly not about who is illegal, who is refugee, it's about the land. It's clearly about the land, and beyond the land, it is also about how the the Meiteis, who are part of the state of Manipur, who have been the dominant community in Manipur, who've been ruling Manipur once India has been free for the longest time, are also trying different ways to accumulate more land. Well, I would kind of respond to that by saying that the actions of the Indian government in both the areas, right, in both the conflict zones, are extremely problematic in the way they've dealt with the issue. But I would still say that the issues are different, right? I would still say that what's happening in Kashmir is different and what's happening in Manipur is different. Though the response of the state, the manner in which the state treats the rights of indigenous people or minorities is same. For the state, for the government in India, especially the present political dispensation, that is the BJP, the Bharatiya Janata Party, they have never prioritized. Even they are dragging their feet, and that's because they are allies of the BJP as well. Definitely, the internet ban, and that's another thing that the BJP government is, known for. Every time there's an issue, even an issue where citizens of India are protesting the central government, the first thing that they do is cut off internet. Now, I understand why you would do that in cases of law and order problems, but to do it for more than 2 months it's again a violation of multiple rights. Multiple rights, not only of, at the level of a citizen, but also international rights, right? So in such a situation where there is a blanket ban on the internet, because of which, multiple things are affected. Students, government employees in the hill districts.
Right.
Like, I have had to travel like 6 hours to reach a place where still the internet is patchy.
Right.
So internet, yes, a big issue.